Hi everybody, welcome to the Dream Giveaway Garage. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 1971 Corvette Stingray with the rare LS6 engine. It's one of 188 that were produced back in the day. Super holy grail if you're in the collector car hobby. And this one we're giving away in the Classic Corvette Dream Giveaway. Come on along and I'm going to show you what makes this big block Corvette one of the rarest muscle cars ever made. The C3, or the third generation of the Corvette, was produced from 1968 all the way until 1982. It is the longest running generation of Corvette's 8 generations. Of course, we're on the C8 now. This, the 1971, is considered the most iconic, the early C3 generation, and you can tell it from the steel bumper up here, or the chrome bumper I should say, as well as the wonderful hood here, which is specific to the big block engines. We're going to open that hood in a minute and we're going to show you that LS6 engine. Some people call the C3 the shark, and for a great reason. When it was designed, they thought that it looked like a shark. Now that I've got the hood open, you can see what all the fuss is about. I'm looking here at the engine bay and there's hardly any room to squeeze much more in here. Big block 454 cubic inch engine. This is the last of the big cube, big horsepower muscle cars. In fact, this is the very last year in which you could get a Corvette with this much horsepower for almost 30 more years. The 454 cubic inch in this is a solid lifter design, and it was so amazing that it was special ordered only, and only 188 people were lucky enough to have ordered the LS6 Corvette back in 1971. So if you know the LS6 and the Chevelle that came out the year before in 1970, you're probably wondering, are they identical? No, but they are very similar. While it is true that they are both solid lifter engines, both big blocks and both 454 cubic inches, the 1971 is detuned slightly, as in 1971 all General Motors products were detuned from the high point of 1970. So if you have a 1970 Chevelle LS6, it's 450 horsepower. If you have a 1971 Corvette LS6 like this one here, it's 425 horsepower. Still, this is a holy grail, one of 188 that were ever produced. Very hard to find, and even harder to put in your garage. Remember, one lucky person is going to win this LS6 Stingray Corvette. Here's some Corvette trivia for you guys. In 1963 to 1967, or what is known as the mid-year Corvette, the word Stingray is 2 words. In 1968, when the C3 came out, Chevy changed it to 1 word, the Stingray. So if you look right here, down here, Stingray is 1 word. Also here, there's a great call out to the 454 cubic inch displacement of the engine right there on the hood, and some louvers right here as well that allow the air to bounce off of the windshield and go right there into the intake. It's a pretty cool idea. Also want to mention to you guys that these are Chevy Rally wheels, and on them we have reproduction Goodyear wide tread F70 by 15 tires. They're reproduced from our good friends at Kelsey Tire. Now coming back over here, you're going to see something else that's kind of neat. It's called astroventilation. Of course, you could not get the solid lifter 454 with air conditioning, so Chevy had a term here called astroventilation. Essentially, you pull a lever down by your feet and it allows air to circulate throughout the cabin. Astroventilation it is. Coming back here further, you'll see that we have the wonderful C3 style door handles. You push them in and then you pull out. Very cool and iconic feature on the C3 Corvette. The early C3 Corvette, like this 1971 here, can be identified from the rear by the split rear bumper. Called a split because, as you see here, it splits and then it continues back on the other side. This Corvette also has quad taillights and a Corvette shout out right here in the center. Again, I was showing the gas cap earlier. It's right here in the center of the deck lid. It may look strange, but that's where you pour in the gasoline. Ho, ho, ho. Here's the place to be, right in the driver's seat of this 1971 LS6 454 cubic inch Corvette. This one has some extra cost factory options that really make it unique. There's tilt wheel. You can see it right here. Plus over here, there's an AM/FM radio. And power windows. That's a super rare feature in 1971 on the Corvette, especially when you ordered the big block LS6 engine. I want to point out to you, folks, that this plaque right here says 425 horsepower, 454 cubic inches, 475 foot-pounds of torque, and 9-to-1 compression ratio. If you remember, I said earlier the compression ratios went down in 1971. I believe that they were either a 10 3/4 or maybe even 11-to-1 in 1970 on the Chevelle LS6. Well, the key's here for a special reason, because I'm going to fire up this LS6 Corvette. What I want you to listen for is the sound of the solid lifter big block. It really has a unique sound, and once you're used to hearing it, you'll be able to pick it out whenever you see a Chevy big block solid lifter engine. So let's go ahead and do that. Now listen for those solid lifters. I'm going to rev it up for you. I love looking at that the tachometer right there, and that red line on the tachometer is a healthy 6,500 RPM. It's not much better than an LS6 1971 Corvette. You can win this one in the Classic Corvette Dream giveaway. Look at that promo code again and at the website so that you can get your entries to win before it's too late. Remember, guys, they only made 188 of the 1971 Corvette Stingray LS6. This is one of them. You can't buy it anywhere, but you can win it in the Classic Corvette Dream giveaway. Look at that promo code that's shown with this video, and you're going to get bonus tickets. We'll see you next time. More great fun, more great action, and the best grand prize cars on earth. It only happens here in the Dream Giveaway Garage.